Aldi portable ice maker, made by Ambiano.
Alright, today. So we have a product review today. It's Ambiano Ice Maker. It's what is that store called? Aldi's product, which is usually exclusively sold at Aldi's. This is supposed to be a 24-pound ice maker. Why did I buy this? No particular clue, but I do eat a lot of ice. So I was curious, how good is a $69 ice maker? Because if you ever went to go buy an ice maker, it's usually in the hundreds of dollars, usually a couple $100 easy. So let's see what we have in this package. Okay, we got a little foam. Tilt it on its side. Slide it on the foam out here. Come on. Okay. We have some instructions. Wow. Okay. I don't know what this material is, but I love the feel of it. Okay. Give an idea. That's what it looks like. And this says it's supposed to hold 24 pounds of ice. So, okay. Everything's pretty much taped in place. So we're going to, there's a little ice scooper thing. Okay. Let's see what the instruction says. Okay, read and operation instructions, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we have power, small, clean. So it looks like, okay. Okay. Unpacked and setting up the machine. Oh, check out whether all the parts are present. Blah blah. Ice cube is a bulk. It says it says bulky. A second person should help you clean thoroughly party. Use clean all parts of the machine accessory as described in the clean section. Wait 2 hours before switching the machine on and producing the first ice cubes. Do not insert the main plug into an outlet yet. Do not switch the machine on yet. Okay. Look like there's a couple of options. It's like powered, add water. Okay, so the good thing about it, you don't have to wire a water hose to this. You just put water in. And it's interesting where this water goes. Only filled with drinking water. Now, you know me. I like filtered water, so all my water is filtered before it goes on in my gut. So what I'm going to do is let's go to the cleaning section. It looks like it does a couple of different sizes. Okay, cleaning. Okay, so it looks like they want you to use detergent on this. Like I said, I would probably recommend I wouldn't use tap water in this at all. Tap water tends to have too many chemicals. right through housing. Right, clean the inside of the machine, the fence, remove the water, blah, blah, pull off. Let me see. Okay, so we're going to go pause it for a second. I'm going to get some water. I'm going to clean out this basket. I'm going to clean this little scooper. And there's some insides I need to clean, which doesn't look like much of anything else comes out. I'm going to wipe this down real good. And since this is allegedly makes its own ice, that means there's a compressor in here somewhere. And I think I see where it is. And it's interesting because where the water goes is not exactly where I would expect it to go. But it does. The Spanish version of this is a bit better because it actually shows the pictures of what you need to actually clean. Let's see here. This is crazy. Huh. It's interesting how the instructions are so different. And it looks like there's a drain plug in the bottom of this bad boy. So according to the instructions, because that's the drain plug right here. And the water, believe it or not, goes straight in there. So the water goes inside, gets cycled up, goes in, ice cube comes down, ice cubes go into here, which is, I don't see how it's making 24 pounds of ice. Maybe it's 24 pounds of ice within an hour. I mean, within a day. Yep. And of course, you got your handy dandy warning on the side about refrigerant being used. So there's actually a little bit. So you have a ice maker that has a little refrigerator in it for freezing the ice for $70 roughly plus tax. So like I said, I'm going to clean this up and we're going to give this a test try. It's supposed, after I clean it, I'm supposed to wait a few hours. So I guess we'll pick this up after I'm done cleaning. I'll talk to you in a minute. Okay guys, a quick note. The 3 things you need to clean is this little thing, which is let me hold this. And this bottom corner back here. It slides straight down into it. The way I found this out is because I had to go look at the different language. In the English section, it doesn't tell you what this 13 number is. I had to look around. This is it. This needs to be cleaned with a brush if it's really dirty. And clean these 2 items. So let me get back to getting this done. And then we're going to do a test run. And we're going to see how well this little thing works. All right, peeps. So I got this washed. And I'm going to insert, like I said, this little piece here goes back up in there. Now it's kind of hard to show it. So I'm going to go just slide it back down. It doesn't even screw in, it just slides in place. If I can look what I'm doing. Oh gosh. Of course it's going to give me weebie-jeebies. Okay. Okay, I think it's in there. Not very. This is it serves as an ice basket and a level indicator. And what do I mean by that? Is that once you put the basket in, this holds 60.8 ounces of water. You can pour water up until it gets right before it touches the basket. Then that tells you where the water cuts off at. And of course you have your scoop. Now, I have not cleaned this yet. I've only cleaned those parts. Now, per the instructions, we can use a mild detergent, and or we can use something like 5% vinegar if you want to just add that. Um, so I'm just going to flush it through on a cleaning cycle. So let's go ahead. I'm going to have a little bit of dishwasher left, so I'm going to put mostly dishwasher, just a little bit of soap in it. I'm going to take the basket off because I'm going to put the soap in directly. Not very much, just a little bit. Just enough to give a little fuzzy. And I'm going to grab this power adapter. And as you can see, if we can show you, it's going to be a lot different. So let's do this. I don't know if you can see that. So what we're going to do is we're going to select it to clean. Turn the power on, and we let it run. So what it's now doing, it's going to flush the water through with the suds and clean it. From there, we're going to, if you can listen, you can hear it sucking the water. And if you look carefully, you can see the water flowing from back here through here, back into there. What it's doing is washing all the internal parts with that mild detergent. And I'm gonna let that run for a little bit. If you look, like I said, if you look, let's see if I can zoom in a little bit more. You see that? It moves down, it's washing that. Now, despite I put just a little bit of detergent in it, you can still see it sudsing up a little bit. So we'll probably have to cycle it through with some clean water a few times, just to make sure all the good sudsy out of it. I do recommend that you do this when you first buy it so that you don't know whose paws have been on it. And it also recommends doing it if the quality of the water starts to change. You should run a clean cycle. Clean it with mild detergent, soap, hand soap if you want to, antibiotic, whatever you want to use. Put it just a little bit in and run it through. Then you have to flush it with clean water. I'll suggest probably doing that a couple of times to make sure there's no suds at all, so you can then start producing ice again. This is pretty neat. And it cycles through. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let this finish, and once it's done, I'm going to drain it, drain the water using a plug underneath, and then once it's nice and clean, we're going to start doing preparing to do the ice. Okay, now time for the wrench. Now the wrench is going to work pretty much the same way as the wash. It's basically went in and drained the water, the soapy water, and then wiped it down in the inside. Now I'm sending fresh water through to make sure all any residual suds and stuff is gone. One neat feature I like is that it has a clean feature. I don't remember seeing a cheap ice maker, let alone any ice maker, with a clean feature. And it processes this for several minutes until it's done, and then it turns itself off. Oh, the process ends. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let it go ahead and finish cleaning itself up, and then we're gonna put some ice in it. I'm gonna go drain the water again. Now, something about draining the water, there is a plug that's under it. It's not a screw-in plug, it's a push-in plug. So when you want to drain it, put it over a sink or wherever you're gonna drain it in, it's if you at the back of the machine, it's on the right-hand side in the front. Just pull it straight down and it'll drain. If you drain it from your countertop, make sure you have it further enough so it doesn't drain onto the countertop and onto the floor. I would recommend anybody that's elderly or that may not be that strong. It does have a little weight to it, and it is kind of awkward sized. So maybe a two-person if it's too elderly, or whoever you're buying it for. If you're buying it for yourself, put it somewhere where no one's gonna knock it over. But I'll go ahead and let this finish clean, and then we're gonna make some ice. See how that goes. Okay. So this light you see here, this blinking, that's the power button. And then we have a selector. This is the select button. This allows you to select from large, small, clean. So there's two options. There's two options for ice, small and large. So I'm thinking, let's go with the small. Press the on button. The power button goes from flashing to solid. At this point, it's making ice. As you can hear, it's running. The question is, how long does it actually take it to actually make the first cube? It is now, okay. I am dying to know. Okay. Noise wise, it's not too bad. interesting warning label on the side I'm going to show you guys. I've never quite seen it on well, I've seen warnings on refrigerators, but not quite like this one. Oh, this was actually made. This was made. Its birthday is actually fairly recent, last month. This was born last month, 6/20/24, in Hamburg, Germany. So this is a German product. Hmm. Possibly. Robotronics. We're at a little over 2 minutes still, waiting for the first ice cube to fall. Oh, I forgot how long it takes for ice to make. Oh, actually, it's made in China. The company is located in Germany. And it has a 3-year warranty. Ain't that something? A 3-year warranty. You can't even get a 3-year warranty on stuff that's $100. Let me show you. See? A hole. It looks like almost like a little glass. That's cute. That was the small size. I'm going to select the large size next. But it took about 5 minutes roughly to make that. So it's probably going to take another 5 minutes to make another one. And I know you guys don't just want to sit here and watch this for 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and let it percolate and go ahead and do a thing. I'll come back when it's done and we'll finish up the video. Okay, peeps. So that's what the big one looked like. Much bigger compared to the smaller one, which is, oh gosh, smaller one, significantly smaller. Give it a better look. Big, small. So, what do I think of this little gadget of a product? One, it is a China-made product, and they offer a 3-year warranty on it, which is quite interesting. It's made exclusively for Aldi's 3-year warranty. It's made in China by a German company. What do I think of it? Not bad. For a $70 ice maker, it's not bad. It takes 5 minutes to make the first batch. It would probably have to run for a while. It doesn't seem to make a whole lot of ice, so this probably would have to sit on the counter and just run. But it's not bad. The only thing I'm not crazy about is I have to take the tray out in order to put more water in it. But that's about the only thing that really irritates me. But there's a nice little warning on the side of here that I want you guys to take a look at. Risk of fire and explosion. Because of the refrigerant that's in here is flammable. So make sure that you do not use anything hard to clean this. Only use like a damp rag, nothing metal, nothing metallic. You do not want to drop this. If the tubing is, according to the instructions, if the tubing or refrigerant container is somehow damaged or ruptures, you're looking at possible explosion or fire. That's what this warning is telling you in a nutshell. Use with caution. And it specifically tells you not to use anything metal while doing this. You don't really need to use anything metal to clean this because all you need is water and maybe a little bit of soapy water. Like I said, it's a little awkward at grabbing, but for $79, you can't beat it. $79 for an ice maker. I kind of like it a little bit, so I'm going to test it for a while, and I'll probably make it a follow-up review on it, because one common problem with a lot of ice makers is that they tend to sometimes develop some mold. So we're going to see how that works out. But so far, so good. It's small. It's portable. I may not have to put ice trays in the refrigerator anymore, since I have an ice maker. But this was not on a special. It sells for $69.99 at the local Aldi's if you have one in the neighborhood. I don't have anything bad to say for it. I mean, it's a little slow on ice making, as you can see. You know, it's getting there. I think the shape is quite adorable, though. It makes like little mugs, and it actually whistles. That's really neat. If you put your lip on it, now you can't use it too many times because it'll melt, but it makes cup like, and I've never seen an ice maker to do that. So I think that is really cute. But looking at it, I think I see how it actually makes the cubes like that. I'm looking in the back of it. If you look very closely in the back of this machine, in the back of this, let me see if I can zoom in and get it down some. If you can kind of see, if I can kind of get this down enough so you can see. Now if you look carefully, let's see if I can get this. If you look carefully, right around there, you'll see these little bars that are hanging down. Well, there's a tray. You see that tray right there? That's where the water's in. Those little bars are inside, freezing the water. That's tears giving you those cup barrel like ice cubes, which I think are kind of cute. Um, yeah. So right now, I would rate it probably a good 8, 9. As quality, I haven't had enough time to check the quality to tell you how good it is. It looks to seem to be made fairly well. It's a bit heavy. I'll probably have to guess it's probably good 20, 25 pounds if it's that much. The only thing that worries me is, but this shouldn't really cause much of a problem as long as you don't puncture it, drop it, any of those things um, for the fire explosion type of thing. But Freon's always been a problem. Uh, but for $69, you can't beat it. I mean, you can't go wrong. Like I said, I'll do a follow-up video on this in a few months and see what the longevity is and if any other issues are involved. But if this runs as good as I think it's going to run, then we may have a winner here. Because you won't get an ice maker for $70 anywhere else. Trust me, I've looked for them, and those had problems. I think the last one I looked at was like $250 or maybe $350, and it had tons of complaints. So I'll be really interested on how long this one lasts, and or if I have any problems with it in the next month or two when I do a follow up on it. So until next time, folks, I'm out of here, and we have a Chinese ice maker sold by a German company for Aldi's. I'll talk to you later.